Don't you just hate it when you tweak or hurt your back and the first thing that anyone tells you to do is to just rest? Or even worse, to not pick things up from the ground? Well, how about hearing the words, you shouldn't be picking up your child because it's bad for your back? Now, having my doctorate in physical therapy and being an expert in helping busy people live free of low back pain, I give you the permission to pick up your child and do the other activities that you love. With the big caveat that if you're currently in an active state of pain, that it is important that we modify and make changes to how you go about your day-to-day activities so that we can facilitate healing and so that you can go back to doing the things that you love. Yesterday, I made a statement of sitting is not the new smoking, but being sedentary is the new smoking. Unless you're a scavenger of the forest or of the Great Plains, it's highly likely that you'll be spending the majority of your day being sedentary. And that means sitting in a chair, a couch, and although you might have a standing desk, if you're standing and not moving for 4 to 5 hours, you're pretty much being sedentary. Now, oftentimes, when you first tweak your back from an exercise or picking something up from the floor, the first instinct and piece of advice that you get is to rest. Well, how can you rest if you're already spending the majority of your day not doing any physical activity? The research has said that pain-free motion actually improves rehabilitation outcomes and return to function. Now, controlled pain-free motion is critical. It improves blood flow, it allows the joints to move fluidly, and it helps calm down your nervous system that just kicked in when you got hurt. So again, as a doctor, I give you permission to move. All we need to do is look at your activity and find ways to modify it so that you can continue going along your daily activities without pain. Now, if you hurt your back exercising, doing something like a deadlift or loaded spinal movement, heavy weights, probably not going to be the best idea, but it doesn't mean that you can't work out. With the clients that I work with, we focus particularly on squatting and lunging while maintaining a stable core. And this is a perfect way to increase the intensity of a workout without putting your spine in a compromised position. The reality is that you're going to have to bend over and pick something up from the floor. And when your back is injured, it is increasingly important to ensure that you aren't flaring it up, and bending forward a ton of times isn't going to help. However, completely avoiding it isn't going to work either. Now, there are 3 ways for you to modify picking objects up from the floor safely. The first one is getting your feet out wider and getting you closer to the object, in essence, shortening up your range of motion and focusing on your hips. The second one is going to be getting onto one knee, so you're kind of like in a lunge position, to get you closer to the object and be able to use your hips a little bit more. And then number 3, if it's a little too heavy, ask someone to pick it up for you. It's totally okay to just say, I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to do something else. And it's the something else that's going to allow you to feel better. Adding more rest to your day is only going to make you feel stiffer, and it can definitely slow down your progress. Now, if you're currently in a state of pain, take a moment today and think about how you can modify your activities so that you can still move without causing more irritation. You'll really be surprised by what you can do. So comment below and share how you made those changes to your activity. Can't wait to hear about it.